Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I know I have received so many text messages, and what people have sent to me is the list of the selected candidates by the electoral body ELECAM. But you see, I am going to talk on three things. First, I'm going to talk about the melancholy that is reigning now amongst sympathizers, militants, fans, supporters of Professor Maurice Kamto, the Cameroon Renaissance Movement, Manidem, AFC. I'm also going to talk about uniform officers stopping Anise Ekane from talking to the press or saying anything concerning the rejection of their candidate, Professor Maurice Kamto. And finally, I'm going to talk about the Constitutional Council. But first, let me start with the melancholy. There is no need for any kind of sadness or conclusion that Professor Maurice Kamto is not going to run for the fourth coming presidential election. At this moment, it is premature and uncalled for. And therefore, there is no reason why Cameroonians should take to the street or create any kind of chaos. Professor Maurice Kamto understands the law, and he knows that when such a situation hits a politician or a political party, there is a room for appeal, and you will do so in front of the Constitutional Council. Make no mistake, we are aware of the fact that the Constitutional Council, like ELECAM, are all managed by people who are very are close to the regime and put there by the regime. But it is another chance for the regime to do the right thing before situations get out of order. Excuse me, before situations get out of order. So, at the moment, like I said, there is absolutely no reason for the melancholy. We need to be calm. We need to wait as a very fine jurist that Professor Maurice Kamto is, accompanied by a cream of very fine lawyers who are going to go in front of the Constitutional Council to defend his candidacy. We should just stay calm. I know that our bully, the so-called territorial administration boss, Paul Atangaji, has been working absolutely hard to make sure that Professor Maurice Kamto does not go in for the October election, because that is what the government of Mr Biya, the CPDM party, and all those who have taken Cameroon hostage for the past 43 years, it is their utmost wish. But let us not give them the luxury to say, oh, you see, he is not a statesman. He is the first to create chaos in Cameroon. Let us not give them that luxury. Let us just stay calm and wait for Professor Maurice Kamto and his legal team to go in front of the Constitutional Council and defend what has just happened. Now, there is also no reason at all why uniform officers are stationed in front of Manidem headquarters are preventing Anise Ekane from talking to the press or the people. It is absurd. Is this what we call democracy? Is this what we call democracy? You see, that is why I tell you that the person who came up with this saying that there is no honor amongst thieves, though I despise it, but I think I'm beginning to like it. There is truly no honor among thieves, because the government is every day showing to the world that they are bent on holding tight to power. Yeah, we know that this same government declared Anise Ekane as the only recognized leader of Manidem party. Then, just 2 days ago, the name of Anise Ekane disappeared on the list, on the website of the Territorial Administration Ministry, a list that showed names of political parties and their leaders. We also know that the sudden crawling from under which rock, I do not know, of Yevga to come and present himself as candidate under the Manidem banner in a bid to push the electoral body to disqualify Professor Maurice Kamto was orchestrated by the same regime and the same bully called Atangaji and his cohort. But you see, time has a way of fixing things. And I can still assure you that change will come to Cameroon in October by any means. So there is no need for any agitation at the moment until the Constitutional Council will put that final nail on the coffin of the government of Mr. Biya and ELECAM. I feel very, very, very sorry for the Constitutional Council, because the Constitutional Council is always very quick to say they are not competent to handle certain things. Are they going to say that they are not competent now to handle the appeal cases that will come before them, especially that of Professor Maurice Kamto? Because Manidem is very aware of all what it takes to constitute a file for Maurice Kamto to represent the party. We are going to, because the Constitutional Council will ask ELECAM or the electoral body to explain to not only Professor Maurice Kamto but the entire nation why his candidacy was rejected, and then they would defend themselves in front of the Constitutional Council. So it is not going to be easy. It is going to be tough. It is going to be tough. So like I said, there is absolutely no need for the sudden melancholy. There is no need for uniform officers to station themselves in front of Manidem headquarters. Government is just trying to show that they are a dictator and not a government that talks about democracy morning, afternoon, evening. You see where I'm coming from? Cameroon is becoming something else. But you see, before the gods kill a dog, they will make it mad. They will give it a bad name before they finish it. And I'm beginning to feel that this government is not only trying to behave like the dog that will soon go mad and be killed. Calm, 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 peace, peace, peace. Let the Constitutional Council do its job. You can send me the list as many times as you wish, thinking that somehow you're provoking me. Oh no, I have a very thick skin to deal with situations like this. But I tell you something, Professor Maurice Kamto remains the only man that can rescue Cameroon from the dungeon that it is. When you look at his manifesto, when you look at his plan. Now look at the list of people who are there now. Osi Joshua Nambangi of the SDF and Cabra Libi of PCRN are the only two people that we can say are candidates who can challenge Mr. Biya. If Issa Chiroma and Bello Buba should unite forces, they can do something in the Grand North. But what about the rest of the country? But you see, Professor Maurice Kamto is that candidate the entire nation has chosen. The Constitutional Council should save the government by putting Professor Maurice Kamto in the race. We don't want to see our country go down the drain. We love Cameroon. I'll put it to you, we love Cameroon. And that is why we are clamoring for change. But let us be calm. Let us wait for the Constitutional Council to look at the appeals, because Manidem is going to appeal and they will face the Constitutional Council against the electoral body. I just feel sorry for Eno Abrams Egbe, who came on TV to read the names, because Eno Abrams Egbe is not doing any good to his own image. He's not doing any good. He's somebody I know from Ebolova. I know him very well in Ebolova. And I know the challenges he went through in Ebolova. I will end at that level. I know the challenges he went through in Ebolova as governor. Both administrative challenges and his personal life. I will end there. But he's not doing himself any good. I respect him a lot. I respect him a lot as a person. He was a fine governor until things went really sad. And that is how he found himself at ELECAM. It was a kind of compensation. I will just end there because I respect him a lot. If I say certain things, it will not be good for Mr. Eno Abrams. But seeing what he's doing, I'm beginning to wonder if it's the same governor I used to know in the South region, 2005, 2006. Yeah. Let us wait. Let us keep waiting. Inshallah, change will come to Cameroon.